Hi, I'm Chris. I'm the social worker here at Columbus Legal Aid. The purpose of this video is to walk you today through some of the steps that may be confusing to get you to the best outcome at court. Now, first off, if you're not familiar with downtown, just parking and navigating can be a challenge. So we started here outside the Franklin County Garage, which is the most common, closest, and easiest place to park. It's $5 cash or card up until I think 7 hours. It's a half block east to high between Mound and Fulton. You can access it on both of those streets. Now it does fill up. So with your summons to eviction court, you've either got an 8:30 appointment or a 10:30 appointment. If you get there much past 9 o'clock, it can fill up sometimes. So what you want to do is go 2 blocks north to Main Street to the Columbus Commons parking garage, or take High Street a couple blocks across 70 and you go to Blankner. There's a garage there too. Now if you're taking the bus, almost every local line goes right past here. So you got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, the 11, and the C-Max also stops here. 4 bus stops within a half block, easily within sight of the courthouse. 2 on Mound, east and west of High Street, and 2 on High Street right out front. I think we're going to take a walk now. We're a half a block away from the intersection of High and Mound, and we're going to head towards court. We're here outside the Franklin County Municipal Court. It's 375 South High Street. There's a couple entrances. This is the one that most folks use. Eviction court is on the 11th floor. We'll show you the elevators once we make it through security. Follow me. So we made it to the court building. We came through the big revolving doors. There are a couple of entrances. This is the main one. We're about to go through security. This is not a federal building. You don't have to take your belt off and your shoes off and go through the body scan. All you need to know is have your valuables out, your cell phone, and if you have anything at all, any knives, even a little pen knife, even your mace, anything that could be considered a weapon, leave it in your car. They don't have the ability to hold it here. Pass through security, we're heading for the elevators now. So we made it through security, no problems. We took a left turn. You're gonna approach the elevators. You're gonna wanna take the left bank of elevators. Those are the ones that go to the higher floors, including floor 11. If you go on the right, you're gonna stop short.
Okay, while Chris is coming up the elevators, let's give it a little preview of what we're gonna see on the 11th floor. First of all, we're gonna go see the navigators, and they're going to instruct us to go to courtroom 11B, where we check in. After that, we're going to visit with a social worker. We're going to visit with the attorneys at Legal Aid, the mediators at Mediation, and the good people at PRC. Finally, we're going to make a quick trip up to the 16th floor to visit the Self-Help Center. Okay, here comes Chris.
The first person you'll run into coming off the elevators is Ms. Kenya here. She's one of the court navigators, and she'll welcome you to court and give you direction.
Thank you. So once you get off the elevators, I'll greet you and I'll make sure that you have your court summons so you're prepared for your day in court. I can give you resources and help you navigate to the appropriate tables that we have set up here to assist you.
Okay, so you heard Kenya mention the word summons. So we want to take just a couple minutes here and talk about the 3 different kinds of documents that might get posted to your door during the eviction process. The first thing that might get posted is called a notice to leave the premises. And so we're going to talk about that first, then mention summons and red tags. This is a notice to leave the premises. It's going to be given to you by your landlord, and it's going to tell you that I want you out in 3 days generally. It'll give you some grounds like non-payment of rent. That's the reason. And it will include this language that has to be included. You are being asked to leave the premises. If you do not leave, an eviction action may be initiated against you. Now, when you get this notice, it doesn't mean you've been evicted. If you don't leave in those 3 days, what that means is the landlord can then go to court and file an eviction action, which will generally be scheduled in 2 to 3 weeks. But this is a warning. If you get this notice, it does mean that your landlord is thinking about evicting you, and you may want to reach out to the landlord and try to reach some sort of agreement that'll keep you housed.
Okay, the second document that you may get on your door in the eviction process is called a summons. We're going to talk about that next. This is a picture of an eviction court summons. You can tell it's a summons because it tells the tenant when they have to appear in court. This tenant needs to be at court by 10:30 a.m. on January 23rd, 2025. Behind a summons, there will be a complaint, and attached to the complaint, there'll be the 3-day notice to leave, as well as a copy of the lease. And the final document we're going to talk about is the red tag. This is a picture of a red tag. If you get this posted on your door, it means that you've been evicted, and the court has ordered that you vacate the premises and take your belongings out. It will also provide a date by when you need to be out.
Kenya sits here. We've got Dean over here. I'll let Dean tell you about what he does.
Hi, we look up cases for people who did not bring their summons. That is not infrequent, and we thereby help people check in with the bailiff by providing them a substitute summons. We also provide general information and direction.
Hi, I'm Tamia Burton, and I am one of the court navigators through the Self-Help Center. I am here to make sure that you check in properly, that you get the proper resources that are provided for you, and if you are seeking an interpreter for another language, we will provide one for you and make a request. And you will also receive a pink sheet to notify each interpreter that you are seeking help.
So as you just heard Dean say, the first thing to do after seeing the navigators is to go check in at court.
It's pretty.
Court itself is in 11B.
They want to stay here, but they want to leave it.
You want to turn your cell phones off and take your hats off. There may also be a short line to check in with the bailiff. Just get in line and have your papers ready. That'll be your green sheet from Dean or your court summons. Congratulations, you successfully checked in. The court knows you're here. And when your case is called, if it is called, they'll know that. Now, you have the opportunity before then to check out some of the services in the hallway. So among the services that we have here at Eviction Court is the Self-Help Center. And one of the services that they provide is a social worker who can work with anyone here on the floor. That does go for landlords as well, but she's here for you tenants, and she can explain the services that she provides.
Hi, my name's Megan. I'm a social worker here at the Franklin County Municipal Court. You can find me here at Eviction Court. I'm either walking around in the lobby looking for folks who might need help, or here in this office space here, which we keep as an available space for people who might want somewhere private to talk about their case or any concerns that they have. About things in their life that maybe brought them to eviction court or issues that they're having while they're here. So it's a space that we really keep for many reasons, and that reason could even be that you're here with your family, maybe a young one or a baby, and you need a private space for nursing or a diaper change or to help get them quiet. So I'm here, and after we've spent some time together, I can connect those who need any resources, services, and things in the community that might help them.
So we're out here back in the hallway on the 11th floor. One of the first places that many folks will start is at legal aid. Seek a free legal assistance if you think you may have a defense or you have questions related to the legality of your situation. They have an application process and they cannot take everyone, but you start at their red table right over here.
Hi, my name is Brooke. I'm an intake specialist at Legal Aid. If you have an eviction case, you can come over to our table. We can screen your case to see if we can represent you or give you legal advice.
So my name is Kevin. I'm an attorney at Legal Aid, supervising attorney at Legal Aid, and I work in the tenant advocacy project here at the Franklin County Municipal Court. And we help people who have had eviction complaints filed against them. We can never guarantee legal representation, but you should stop by our table to see if we can help you. We help low-income folks who are going through an eviction. Sometimes we can only give advice or guidance on how to handle your case. Sometimes we provide legal representation and either negotiate an agreement with your landlord or take it to a hearing and hopefully win. And yeah, just trying to keep people in their homes or at least buy them more time.
Lee Henke versus John Doe and all other.
See if they can open my port anyway, too.
So when does this Good morning. At Community Mediation, we can work with you to help come up with payment plans to help you pay and stay, or even plans to help you move out. If you're apprehensive about working directly with your landlord for any reason, that's where we can come in, where we'll sit down and work between you, your landlord, and your landlord's attorney to come up with a plan.
So if you're looking specifically for your landlord or their attorney, they're usually in 11C here. Legal aid is in 11A, the court hearings themselves happen in 11B, and in 11C are the landlords and their attorneys. So now we're here down at the end of the hallway. We pass by legal aid, mediation, outside of 11D, which is where PRC is set. PRC stands for Prevention, Retention, Contingency, and it's a program of Job and Family Services. If your landlord's willing to accept back rent, and you have a minor in your custody in the home, they may be able to help you out with around a couple $1,000s. 2 tips. 1, and this goes for all the agencies here, if you don't have a hearing today, they're not able to help you. They got a bunch of signs saying that, so don't waste your time coming down here if you don't have a hearing. Go to one of the local job and family offices. Number 2, most of these agencies will allow you to send documents that they need that you don't have with you online through email or something like that. However, for those of us who are not very tech savvy, if you think you're going to be using funding, bring as many of your documents as you can. They usually need proof of identity, proof of income, proof of residence, that type of thing. So once you have checked in with the court and explored the resources in the hallway, you may have your court case called. Now you can wait in the courtroom, 11B, for it. You can be out here because they're supposed to, after you've checked in and they know you're here, call your name on a speaker like this. You do want to keep your ears peeled. You do want to be cautious. Let the bailiff know, for example. Let a navigator know if you have to go to the bathroom. Try not to leave the 11th floor. You can wait then in the courtroom for your case to be called, but what's more likely to happen is that your landlord or your landlord's attorney will approach you and make an offer to you. You can accept that offer, you can reject that offer, you can negotiate yourself if you don't have a legal aid attorney, a mediator, or anyone else with you. One thing to know about those agreements is to be very clear on what you are signing before you sign it. Now, if you and your landlord can't come to any agreement and your case does go to a hearing, this is where your hearing will be held. This is 11B. You'll be up here on one side, your landlord will be on the other side, and the magistrate deciding the case will be up there.
Now, one other thing you can do if you need more time to maybe get some resources or find an attorney is to ask for a 1-week continuance. And the court will generally grant the 1-week continuance, just one of those, and so the case will get rescheduled for 7 days later.
Now, as we mentioned earlier, and as on your summons, there's 2 dockets. There's an 8:30 and a 10:30 docket. That does not mean that you have a hearing yourself at 8:30 or 10:30. There's about 60 or 70 cases on each of those dockets, and it can be any time between 8:30 and about 10 o'clock that you get talked to. So just as a heads up for both parking, for other appointments that you have, or for getting to work, you're going to want to keep in mind that you could have an 8:30 appointment here at court that's called as late as, say, 10, even 10:15.
This is the Municipal Court Self-Help Center. At the Self-Help Center, we help people understand their legal rights and how to represent themselves in court. We help with all kinds of different eviction issues. Best time to talk to us is before you get to court. The second you hear and get a notice or have any idea that you might be facing eviction, we're the place to go to start figuring out what you may need to do to start your process. We also can help after your eviction to visit us to get that eviction removed from your name. We can help you with all the paperwork to have the court remove your name off of the court record. While we don't help on the day of the eviction, we don't want people to come up here while they're in court. We can help before and after and help make sure people have all the resources they need to best represent themselves.
And lastly, if you do get with legal aid and you get an attorney, I'm the housing team social worker, and my role, much like Megan, the other social worker, is to connect people up with funding to stay, funding to move, and if you do have to move, help you locate as best we can a new place. It's a difficult thing in this city. Also, we have other services elsewhere here in the court should you need residential treatment, mental health supports, access to job and family services, or even Social Security Administration at the one door down on the first floor. I can direct you to those, the navigators can direct you to those as well. A couple miscellaneous things before we leave the 11th floor. Go back down the elevators, retrace our steps, and hopefully catch your bus or remember where you parked. If you need space, there's bathrooms the other end of the L on the 11th floor. There's access to other floors if you need to just catch your breath for a minute. This is your housing, this is your family. There is help though. There's a lot of help here. Show up, get here on time, check in, come see us. Take care.